Hi all, welcome to something I've been meaning to show for a little while, which is the creators. This is the first step maybe to supporting a creator like we get in other games. It's definitely viable because a lot of them are big names in terms of FIFA, so it's definitely something that could happen. We'll get into this step by step. So because special links as always, we want you to appreciate, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at G is a legend. All links are down below for posts to the channel and social media links as always. So basically, it's like, we'll say for every promo you get a team of creators, whether it be a team of 11, 18, 23, whatever it may be. We just decided build it around like team. It was before released in line with team of the year, so this could be like the best creators going, as it were. So you've obviously got like Pieface, Danny Aarons, La5ty, Bateson, Swayback, Matt, Nep, AA9, Castro, Marshall, Jared, B Ford, 2Sync, Gorilla Tex, Run the Foot Market Nick, KSI, Andy AJ3, Ian Sterling, Jimmy Conrad, Spencer Owen, David Myler, Shauna Games, Fabienne, Captain Tom and Chad Johnson. All various reasons as well why they're featured. Now every initial card would be 47 rated. That is what you unlock as a token, so it's like when you see it for swaps or Future Stars, Winter Wild cards, etc. All these that incorporate a token element. These are the initial cards that you would unlock. There'll be like, all of these would be either SBCs or objectives. I'll explain it on Twitter as well, so you see it visually as well. So you might get, the initial token could be Pieface, and everyone else you might have to do like an SBC. It could be based around their team, could be based around their nation, could be based around any form whatsoever, and it's just building it around as you go see fit, and it's tailored to be a bit of fun, but also it lets you get a chance to potentially use your favourite creators, and also it gives you an extra link potentially to their club as well that they support, as it well, or nation. And obviously at the same time, obviously 47 rated cards, you might be like, oh, never, who's going to use them? That's kind of the point. Once you unlock the tokens, you would be able to then do like SBCs orientated like around like the boosted versions of these cards. So it's worth noting as well, some of these cards, like Shauna and Fabienne especially, I'll show it when you see it with the full boosted version, that they would have a Silver Stars version, so you might have it for the 2 weeks of a promo, or it could be as a pick. You might get the choice of, you can pick Shauna or you can pick Fabienne. And I know David Myler is a couple of years long retired, and you might think, oh, that's a disservice, but you've got to remember this is a promo tailored around everyone being kind of treated equally. Like, yes, we know David Myler and Jimmy Conrad are probably miles above quite a few of these people, but that's not the point. Everyone's kind of given a fair whack, and stats are just not tailored to be perfect, it's just a bit of fun nonetheless. And obviously the boosted versions, everyone would probably be given around about an 87. Now it would maybe vary per promo, so when it was say one to watch, you might have 84 or an 85 being like the best card of these players. And obviously when it's one to watch, it could be creators that's maybe that are maybe bursting on the scene maybe over the last year or two, and it gives them a bit of chance to be noted. And that's kind of what each promo is tailored to be designed. So if it's one to watch, it's content creators up and coming. If it's road to the knockout, same kind of rules apply. Headliners, those that have been performing maybe better than expected. Team of the year could be maybe the best creators over the year, and you could make that as a vote as well. Potentially you could say, here is our 100 creators that we think deserve to feature in Team of the Year. Who do you think could feature? Rule breakers, obviously, could be those that have been maybe known to bend the rules a little bit, maybe through their content, or just a bit of fun, as it were. But each promo can potentially feature every different like content creator, because there's thousands out there. And if you're kind of giving EA the chance to promote the ones that they feel within reason, obviously if they've maybe got to be either a game changer or professional player or a personality. So that's how like Ian Sterling features, that's how Chad Johnson features, obviously Spencer and David Myler. Spencer's obviously done like all his FIFA content, and David Myler's kind of the same after he's kind of like after his playing days. So there's ways around it, and obviously like depending as well, you could tap into this for flashbacks, and or you just keep it specific, so you could potentially just keep this one card type, and as I said, you could do it for flashbacks. You could say, oh, here's an 85 rated wee peeler, for example, unlock this card, celebrate this FIFA legend back in the day, and maybe say like you've got to build like a US squad, and maybe say like an 84 rated squad, things like that. It might just be little things like that. It might just be like one US player that's like an 82, and then like an 84, 85 rated squad, depending on how it's set up. But it's literally meant to be balanced out, kind of relatively fairly, but also a bit of fun into the bargain. And if you're able to get 87 rated versions of say Tex, and he's a right mid, you might feel quite tempted just to have a bit of fun with the card. Obviously you've got to think, would it be their actual faces? Now obviously SBC wise, Castro, it might be Mexico, Man United, and then just a rated squad. Bateson could be England, Liverpool, and a rated squad, same for Matt. KSI could just be nationality, it's basically nationality, club, and a rated squad, for example. That's roughly what we've tried to tailor it around. And obviously once, because the aim within potentially as well is, even though it's maybe 3 squads, you might make it 4, and the 4th squad being you give up the token to get the card as well. So that way there's other ways around it. So you could have, as I said, just the initial squad being give up the token, second squad being, as I said, maybe league, nation, and obviously the club that they're a supporter of, and then like the rated squad, as I said. There's ways around it as you see fit. Or as I said, the Man United squad could be the highest simply because of everything. And end of the day, they could be desirable cards, they might not be, you don't know. Like, I'd suspect the creators themselves would be all over it if they could get their own cards. Like, I think if Danny Aarons knew that he could unlock his own Spurs card, I'm sure that's that's his own special card design, I think he'd be all over it in a heartbeat. Any of these guys probably would be. If you'd been able to play as yourself in FIFA, other than what we've had in the past through like career mode or pro clubs, this is like the first step to kind of making it a reality at last in a foot environment. It's, the potential's there. Support a creator can happen surely in FIFA. We've got to keep up with it. Player pick example, what I did was basically like 5 personalities. So Ian Sterling, he's Scottish, he has a Hibs support, but he also likes to support Liverpool, but I thought gives Hibs an option. Jimmy Conrad, he is a Newcastle supporter, he's tied to supporting KC and other clubs as well. Spencer, we know, is a West Ham supporter. David Myler is primarily Cork City, but you could tie it to Liverpool, you could tie it to Hull or Sunderland or Reading, depending how you want to go about it. But we went with Cork, even though they're not in FIFA, but you would make it fit. Like, the content creators themselves would probably say this is what team I officially support if they're in FIFA, and you put in there accordingly. Chad Johnson uses Napoli a lot in FIFA, so potential for him to be like a winger for Napoli, and to have a bit of fun. Like, that's kind of what it's tailored to be, and gives everyone a bit of a fun dynamic as well to kind of I'm sure implement. If people get told, send us a dynamic of yourself that we can use for these cards, they'd be probably more than delighted. As I said, I did a fair bit of work on this. The boss and the boss foot and TCF boost helped massively with just kind of helping me get this together. The boss helped me with the card type boost, with helping kind of just get the graphics right, because I'm still kind of getting my head around Photoshop and all that kind of good stuff. But let me know, folks, in the comments below what your thoughts on this. Could this happen? Could it not? What would you think about it? What could be done better, worse, and all that? So smash like always, sub to the channel if you know.